Welcome to the Porn Reboot podcast, where you get practical tips to gaining control over your porn or sex addiction. We help ambitious men end their out-of-control sexual behavior with pornography, sex, and masturbation so that you can maximize your life, perform at your potential, and remain in control in the driver's seat, which is where you have to be in order to gain or maintain the success you want in life. I'm your host, J.K. Emezi, certified sex and porn addiction recovery coach. Welcome to the episode. Hey, brother. The next few episodes are going to have a slight drop in quality. And this is because I'll be talking about your dating reboot, and some of the most passionate material I put out on the dating reboot are actually on our YouTube channel. I don't want to inconvenience you by making you go to YouTube, and I know some of you are not fans of YouTube or have boundaries with it. So what I've done is I've had our editor, Josh, pull the audio from the YouTube videos and clean it up to the best of his ability. Two of the videos are interviews with my girlfriend, my partner of now 16 and a half years, which I think you guys would find quite helpful because, well, it talks about what a rebooted relationship looks like when you have spent years acting out sexually and being addicted to sex and pornography. However, we shot this video during consecutive walks on the beach, so there's going to be a little bit of wind. The others were shot in my car at a time when I was very, very passionate and had just gotten off some very important dating reboot calls. So I hope you'll forgive me for the slight drop in quality, but I do hope that you will enjoy the next 4 or 5 episodes. Thank you.
What's up, brothers? So, third thing that I've learned in 14 years of being in a relationship with the woman herself. And this one is on boundaries. What did you have to say about boundaries?
The advice I always give to women who are just starting out in their relationship or even friends is what we did. I had never done that in a relationship before, but obviously it worked. We're still together. Is setting boundaries at the beginning of the relationship, because there's no point in being 4, 5, 6 months together and suddenly saying, hey, don't do that anymore. It just does not make sense to that's how we met, and now you're telling me to stop. Now you don't like this personality of mine or this trait of mine, whereas before that you found it so endearing. So setting the boundaries early, which for you, I recall I was too young to get into the clubs even, but your thing was still going to the clubs. It was talking to women. It was socializing with women and keeping your game up. And I remember I didn't ask you why. That is something you should do, is ask why is that important to you? Because your thing was it's a skill that you did work on, and it's what gave you confidence. For someone who wasn't social at the time, that's how you build your confidence. And mine was my best friend's a guy. Do you have a problem with that? Because we're still going to keep being best friends. And you knew at the time you couldn't say no, don't be best friends with the guy. You're just yeah, sure. And he and I are still good friends. Are we as best friends as we were then? No, but he also lives 7 states away, so that might have something to do with it. But just things that were important, and us having our independence from each other. That's so important. But yeah, setting that stuff up early. If your thing is going dancing every Friday night, or you're still in touch with your ex-in-laws, whatever it is, just find a boundary, set the boundary, and don't move from that boundary. Set it up front so there are no surprises later in the relationship when a boundary is crossed and you guys have to have a chat about it.
Yeah. I think some people get into a relationship and you're showing this positive part of yourself, and you're cool with everything the other person is doing. And so you get into a relationship and you get committed and try to change yourself for that person, but you don't stick to the things that make you you. So what you were saying was, I said, hey, I'm still young. I was 24 going on 25 and she was 18. It was I'm not going to just... Cradle robber. Yes, sir.
No, no,
But
no. I was 18 going on 19.
but yeah, I still said I was like, I'm still gonna go out to the club. I'm still gonna talk to women because you guys already know the story. Like that was an area that I sucked at, and I wasn't going to just let it die because I was in a relationship. And also like little things like her having a male friend, I did have a problem with it, but at the same time, it's like,
I didn't know.
but what you said was right. It's like she was 18 at the time, so I wasn't gonna push that. It's just like we just got together. I'm not gonna
He was
start
there
setting.
before you were.
Yeah, I'm not gonna start setting rules and creating drama. I think a lot of guys are just like, yeah, you got to stop talking to your guy friends. And the minute you start setting hard boundaries like that and rules in the relationship, the thing that you're afraid of happening will happen.
I remember one of mine was like, if I get old enough to be in a club and I see you making out with someone, I was like, I don't know how I'll react because I know I'm jealous. So like, what you do is what you do. Don't do it in front of me. Or
Yeah, and I
else.
messed up. I messed up one time. I was traveling. Remember that? Twice. So I was traveling. I was literally outside the club, and I saw a fine something walking by, and I straight up went up and she was on the phone. She's mad now. She was on the phone with me, and I just started talking to the girl and running game. And she got mad because the rule was very simple. But she told me like she's jealous. She's like straight up, do your thing, but I don't want to.
Respect me.
Yeah, like don't like embarrass me. Don't do that stuff in front of me, which is true. I don't think you should. I don't think you should do that in front of your partner. But of course, it's if you have that relationship. So just to keep it short, guys, it is set your boundaries, the things and the things that you're gonna keep doing in your relationship. Like set that up early before anything else. Any last words?
Being together 14 years already, I stumbled upon, I think it was 3 years ago, I stumbled upon a boundary that I did not know existed. And I got you upset pretty badly on my 30th.
What happened?
We were in Malaysia and I walked away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So quick, quick story. So we were at a club in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and we got into like an argument. And
It didn't start out that way. It was poor miscommunication. My birthday, do what you want to do, and I did, but then he wasn't listening. So I was like, well, I'm not going to say anything since he's not listening anyways. But he took that totally a different way, and I learned hard. But it was like, I'm not no one to you, so don't just walk away without saying anything. Like
Yeah.
I'm a complete stranger.
so long story short, she was upset and she walked away just to cool off. But the thing is, we were just in a big city, and it was like in the clubbing part of the town. And this is not something that we do. We don't like get mad and just walk off on each other. We communicate. So it was an unusual situation, but that's why it took like 12 years to figure out that boundary, which was I realized like you can't like just walk away in a dangerous place because we fought, especially when we're in public. Like that was just not a thing for me. Like walking out, because I would not do that, to her. Yeah, and another one was like the boundary for her was I shouldn't yell at her in public. Yeah, and well, I
That's
don't.
why I walked
She doesn't.
away.
I don't cuss in front of her, so that's another boundary. Like we can keep coming up with that. It's like I cuss a lot. She hears me cussing in my videos, but her boundary was like never cuss in front of me.
In years, however long, you're going to find new boundaries that you hadn't thought of in the first place. But don't make it like New Boundary Tuesday, where every Tuesday you're coming up with something. Like, don't do that. Just let it come naturally. You'll figure it out. And it's got to be like hard stuff. It can't be like, oh, don't chew with your mouth open. I hate that boundary. Ugh.
Yeah, the little things will kill you guys. But that's it, guys. I appreciate y'all tuning in to listen, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.
I'm JK, your brother in this struggle. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Porn Reboot podcast. I'll speak to you later on in the week. If you found this episode helpful, here are 4 ways I can help you with your out of control sexual behavior for free. The first way is to grab a free copy of my book, Confessions of a Porn Addict, 7 Secrets of Porn-Free Men at elevatedrecovery.org, or visit the link in the description below this episode. The second way is if you're not sure where to start, but you'd like to learn more about my team and I, if you'd like to spend time with like-minded professionals and business owners who are controlling their behavior, then join our free and confidential group, the Porn Reboot Group on Facebook. There's a link to join in the description below this episode. The third way is if you need help right now because you have a burning issue, your behavior with pornography is hurting you mentally or emotionally, you're about to lose your relationship, you want to live up to your potential, be an authentic man, and free yourself from shame, guilt, and underachieving, then click on the link in the description below this episode that says free coaching call. And the fourth way is to leave us a 5-star review if you enjoy this podcast, so that we can reach more men who are struggling in silence and bring back the lessons we learn from coaching them to freedom.